Hey everybody, thank you for joining me today. My name is Tania and I'm here to talk about a topic that is near and dear to all of us. It's so important to us. We are trying our best to find it, maintain it, keep it, and that topic is love. Yes, we are here to talk about love, y'all. So make sure you stay tuned. I do have some notes here that I want to go through with you. So you will see me look down, but make sure you look up and pay attention to every word that I am saying. And I hope that it resonates with you and it really touches your heart. So let's get into it. Let's talk about agape love. I have written down agape definition, and it describes the highest form of love. And that's really what we're here to talk about today. We are here to talk about the truest form of love. So agape love is defined as selfless, sacrificial, and an unconditional love that chooses the well-being of others. And that well-being of others is in regardless of their actions. So it is completely unconditional. When we discuss agape love, you know we have to talk about God, y'all. We have to, because God's love is not conditional. It is unconditional. It's unconditional regardless of who you are, regardless of your skin color, regardless of your sex, regardless of your lifestyle, regardless of who you are. It is unconditional. Now, I do have in my notes to talk about the love of people. Now, people's love is conditional. No matter what relationship you have with people, the love that you receive and that you're positioning yourself for, it's conditional in a lot of ways. We may not want to admit that. We may want to really truly think that the love that we receive from people in our families, in our loved ones, is unconditional. Be honest with yourself. It's conditional. At least it started off that way. And to maintain it, it's on conditions. Certain conditions have to be met in order to maintain that love. So I'm just going to put out there some relationship dynamics that require conditional love. And you may agree with me, you may not. But just hear me out. So first, I have written down, I have parent and child. That can be conditional. A lot of people experience conditional love with their parents or their children, especially if their parents don't act a certain way, or if their children is not obedient. Sometimes that love can be conditional. Friendships can be conditional. Marriages, relationship and dynamics can be conditional. Business can be conditional. And when I mention business, you may think, well, I'm not trying to look for love on my job or in my career. But if you think about it, you are. You're either trying to look for love or some sort of admiration from your superior, or you are trying to look for love in your customer, depending on the product or service that you provide. So you are looking for love there, and that love is conditional. Siblings, relatives, love can be conditional. Your community can be conditional love, depending on what you're doing for your community or how you are positioning yourself within your community, how you are representing yourself within the community. And the last one that I have written down, and some may agree with me and some of you may not, but I have even our pets. The love of our pets can be conditional. And, you know, it may start off conditional, whereas to The relationship that you have with your pet is built on the treats that they get from you, or the affection that they get from you. So even that can be conditional. But I do want to share with you a love that is unconditional, no matter what. And that love is the love of Jesus Christ. His love is unconditional, y'all. Unconditional. He suffered an awful, awful, awful death. And I have that written in caps, awful death. And that death was suffered not on the condition of obedience, obeying him, but he died for those that sinned against him. Within that sin, people that were crucifying him, he died for those people. Those people didn't have to show him love in order for him to die for them. So just think about that. If you think about that and compare that to the conditional love those relationships that we're striving to obtain, maintain, to keep. So he died for those who sinned against him, just so that they can be saved through him. It's so beautiful. So beautiful when you think about that. Because when you compare that to our relationships that we're striving so hard to maintain, obtain, and keep, it's completely different. It's completely different. This love is unconditional, y'all. Unconditional in its truest, purest, sacrificial form. So the next thing I have written down is, even while in our sin, crucifying him, those were the ones he died for. I really want you to let that resonate. Those were the people that he died for. They didn't have to obey him. They didn't have to show love for him in order for him to die an awful death that he died. But he still died for those people. The next thing I have written down is that majority of us do not have people that would die for us. You may think you do, but when it comes right down to it, do you have people that would be willing to die for you? Die for you. Think about that. Even your own family, if it came down to it, would they really be willing to die for you? They may say it and it may sound good, but when it comes down to it, are they willing to die for us? You know, a lot of us don't have those parents that will die for us. Hear what I'm saying. Hear me out and really be honest with yourself and thinking about if you really have people that would die for you. But yet, those same people are the people that we're seeking approval from. Those are the people that we are spending time learning and giving and seeking their love. Yet, we have Jesus Christ, who has already proved his love for us. And he is still willing to give us more and more and more love. So we just need to make sure that we're spending time learning, thanking him for his sacrificial love, and basking in his love. And when we bask in his love, we receive more and more and more of his love. Because guess what? It doesn't just stop at the cross. It doesn't. It actually starts there. Now, if you think you have people that would die for you, that's where it would stop. But with Jesus, that's where it starts, y'all. It starts at him dying on that cross for us. And once we seek him, and once we learn of him, and once we spend time with him, we'll discover more and more unconditional love that he has for us. And in my notes, I have, we're so concerned about seeking the approval of people instead of seeking the one who has already approved us, despite our sin and despite our lifestyle of sin. All right, so just to keep this going, I'm going to just continue to go through my notes. I hope that this is resonating with you, and I hope that this is some food for thought for you. One thing I do have written down here is that there is a lot of criticism of one another online. Online can be ruthless, y'all. Ruthless in criticism. And even within the Christian community, there are people that make it seem as if though God's love is conditional, and that's just not true. So you have to do this in order to receive his love. You have to do that in order to receive his love. Yet he died for us in the most awful death that you can imagine, or not even imagine, while we were in sin. It was not during the time where we were obedient or showed him admiration or love. It was while we were turning our backs against him. So again, would you or do you know of anyone that would die for you at the time you turned your back on them? So we already talked about, if you know people that would die for you. But let's take it just that one step further. Would you know of anybody that would die for you when you turned your back on them, or when you spoke ill of them, or when you betrayed them? I don't know of anybody that would die for me when I turned my back on them, or if I didn't treat them the way that they wanted me to treat them. But guess what? There is somebody who did, and that is Jesus Christ. He died for us when we turn our backs on him, even when we are not obedient to him. He still died for us. So the next thing I have written down here is the next time you are putting in work to seek the affection, to seek the attention and acceptance and love of others, think about the one who died for you without requiring anything from you. He loved you before you ever knew to love him. So think about that. He didn't require anything of you. He didn't require even you to be obedient to him, or even to show affection to him, or even to show love to him. He died for you even without you knowing who he is. Take in everything that I just said and tell him that you love him too. So just imagine you do all of this, you die this awful death, you sacrifice. You don't even have to, let's rewind it back. You don't even have to die. Say you did something, you lend someone money, you were there for them in the time of need when they didn't have anyone, and you expect them to thank you. You expect them to reciprocate that love or show that kindness to you, and shows you appreciation for that love that you gave to them. And think about how good it feels when somebody reciprocates that love that you sacrifice for them, reciprocates that time that you sacrifice for them, the money, the sweet, kind words, or just, being there for them in a time that they needed you the most. The most important thing that you could receive from that is a thank you. You may not think it's important, like, oh, I just did that out of the kindness of my heart. And even if you did, that's great. But how wonderful is it for someone to just say thank you? Thank you. So that's what I'm leaving you with today, is telling Jesus, thank you. Thank you. And tell him that you love him too. And I'm sure he will receive that. He will receive it. He will reciprocate that love 10 times, 100 times, 1,000, a gazillion times over. He will reciprocate that love, multiply that love, and just blow your mind. So allow him to love you. But first, you have to seek him and tell him that you love him. And tell him every day. And you'll see. It would warm his heart to hear a thank you, to hear a I love you too. It will warm his heart because that's where we live. We live inside of his heart. So just give him that thank you. And when you wake up in the morning, give it to him every day. When you go to sleep at night, give it to him. Give him a thank you and give him a I love you too. It doesn't matter who you are or what you've done or what you're currently into. Tell him thank you. Tell him that you love him. And open yourself up to him so that he can love you now in the present. Because the sacrifice that he made for you on the cross, again, that's not where it ends. That's where it begins, y'all. That is where it begins. How awesome is that? So open up yourself to him so he can love you now and show you the love that you need now, that you're not getting from people. Let him show his love to you in the present. Surrender yourself to his love. And guess what? When you surrender and when you let it all down, and when you say thank you, and when you tell him you love him too, he will blow your mind. He will blow your mind with his love. And some of us have become so hard in receiving love that when people tell us good things, we're wondering like, is that really genuine? Is that really sincere? But guess what? God is going to blow your mind with everything about you that he loves. So surrender yourself to him and allow him to love you right now. Allow him to fill in those gaps and fill in those areas of where you need love. Let him pour out the truest form of love on you. And just challenge yourself to do it every day. And that love is going to grow and grow for him. And you're not going to be able to live without him. You're not going to be able to live without that love because no one else can give you that love like Jesus Christ. So thank you for sticking with me. Thank you for joining me. And I hope that this message really resonates with you. And it's really, really true. Allow the Lord to love you. And allow yourself to be loved by him. There's no greater love. There is no greater love. So thank you for sticking with me again. And, leave a comment down below about how the Lord has exhibited his love for you. And I encourage you to reach out to Jesus and tell him how much you appreciate him each and every day. Thank you, and see you on the next one.